What if I told you that everything we've been preparing for, all the late nights digging through intel, the whispered conversations in private groups, the patient accumulation of foreign currency, when the world called us crazy, is no longer a far-off possibility, but a living, breathing reality, the moment we've envisioned for years, the day when words like Iraqi Dinar, Dong, and Zim would go from dismissed dreams to life-changing instruments of wealth. That moment is here. And no, you won't hear about it on CNN, Bloomberg, or your mainstream financial news. This isn't being tweeted by Wall Street insiders, but beneath the surface, away from the noise, the very first active wave of the global currency revaluation has quietly launched. As of today, August 6th, multiple verified sources from within the most confidential Tier 4B networks are confirming that the initial redemption phase is live. Right now, as you're watching this, selected individuals are receiving direct, encrypted invitations. They are walking into private redemption centers, located in some of the most secure financial zones in the world. We're talking about Tier 1 and Tier 2 financial districts in the United States, Canada, and Europe. These aren't your typical banks. These are invitation-only facilities, under heavy military grade, cybersecurity, and physical protection. Once inside, these individuals are exchanging currencies like the Iraqi Dinar for contract-level rates so far above the public Forex listings that they sound fictional. But this isn't fiction. It's fact. And it's happening now. This is not a full public rollout. Far from it. It's a strategic soft launch, designed to test the waters, measure liquidity flow, assess security procedures, and validate infrastructure. Every transaction is being monitored. Every participant is vetted. This is a live test of the future global financial system, and Tier 4B is the proving ground. For years, the dinar community has sifted through speculation and silence, waiting for real movement. Well, here it is. This is no longer about rumors. This is action. And if you're ready, focused, and properly prepared, then this could be your moment too. Let's clear something up right now. The people at the front of this revaluation, they're not investment bankers sipping espresso on Wall Street. They're not hedge fund managers playing both sides of the market. And they're definitely not politicians pulling strings behind closed doors. The individuals now stepping into private exchange centers, the ones getting access to contract-level rates, are part of a very specific and rarely discussed group, Tier 4B. So who is Tier 4B? They are a carefully vetted and globally scattered group of private currency holders. These are ordinary people with extraordinary awareness, individuals who've quietly acquired currencies, like the Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, and Zimbabwean Zim over the years. Among them are humanitarian project leaders, faith-based trust managers, retired military personnel, small business owners, and even stay-at-home parents, who were smart enough to pay attention, while the rest of the world dismissed this as conspiracy or hype. They've been quietly preparing, some for over a decade, staying connected through private forums, underground briefings, and encrypted updates that never reached the mainstream. And now those efforts are finally bearing fruit. These individuals aren't lining up at public banks. Instead, they're being contacted through heavily encrypted emails, curated invitation portals, and unique one-time appointment links. The process is invitation only, and every step is wrapped in multiple layers of digital and physical security. The redemption locations, they don't look anything like a Chase or Bank of America branch. These are discreet, heavily monitored exchange centers, often hidden in plain sight, equipped with military-grade surveillance and NDA enforcement protocols. Inside those rooms, contract-level rates are being offered, rates far above what you'll ever find on Forex websites or public currency markets. These are privileged exchange values, available only under strict, non-disclosure agreements, carefully structured financial consultations, and with full government oversight. This is not a lottery. This is not luck. It's the result of intentional preparation and positioning. And those who are walking through those doors right now aren't just collecting cash. They're stepping into a moment that could transform their families for generations. What's happening right now in the shadows of the financial world is not just about money. Coordinated reset in modern economic history. The process we are now seeing unfold didn't come out of nowhere. This has been decades in the making, shaped by global monetary engineers, high-level economists, military strategists, and sovereign planners who've been working across borders, and across decades to prepare for a new era. Make no mistake, the global currency revaluation is not some wild gamble. It is a calibrated, international operation that integrates layers of financial systems, digital infrastructure, and secure protocols on a scale most people cannot begin to imagine. From the Basel agreements to gold asset recalibration, from quantum financial systems to AI-based monitoring tools, the architecture for this transition has been gradually constructed behind closed doors. Each currency redemption occurring right now isn't just a payout, it's a live test of the system's readiness. Each transaction confirms liquidity flow, measures digital traceability, and evaluates how individual participants navigate the process under pressure. This is why the Tier 4B group is so crucial. They are not just early redeemers. They are the pilot program, the proof of concept, and the most important stress test this system will undergo before the gates are opened wider to the public. And because of this, secrecy isn't optional. It's mandatory. Any misstep, like arriving late to an appointment, submitting incorrect documentation, or discussing restricted information publicly and can lead to immediate disqualification. The system is designed to respond with precision and finality. There are no second chances. Right now, every redemption is being monitored in real time by global financial regulators, intelligence agencies, and even autonomous AI systems trained to detect risk, fraud, or leaks. Military cybersecurity teams are overseeing digital channels to ensure that the integrity of this operation remains unshakable. Tier 4B is being tested not just for financial readiness, but for emotional, psychological, and procedural discipline. How this group performs will determine when, or even if, the full-scale rollout to the general public proceeds. This is the proving ground, the final checkpoint. And it's live right now. Let's talk about something that very few are willing to say. This exchange phase that is quietly unfolding across specific financial corridors, it's not open-ended. It's not waiting around for everyone to catch up. According to multiple Tier 4B insiders and high-level briefings, the exchange window is tight. In some areas, it may be as narrow as 36 hours. And that's it. Yes, just 36 hours. That's a day and a half. A blink in the timeline of something that's taken decades to prepare. Appointments are being set with surgical precision. Every slot, every moment is calibrated for maximum efficiency and minimum exposure. There is zero tolerance for delay. You miss your window, you don't reschedule, you fall off the radar. It's that simple and that final. If you're holding currencies like the Iraqi Dinar IQD, Vietnamese Dong VND, or Zimbabwe ZIM, and you've received encrypted contact, this is your time. Not next week. Not after a few more YouTube videos or intel drops. Now. But what if you haven't been contacted yet? Don't panic, that doesn't automatically mean you're excluded. This rollout is being done in staggered microwaves, but what it does mean is that you need to be absolutely ready. That means your currency must be properly organized and documented. Your identification must be current and verifiable. Your financial game plan must be clear and realistic. You must have the emotional composure to follow instructions with precision. This is not a walk-in event. This is not a negotiation. You get one shot, and you must show up prepared, calm, and focused. Those who hesitate, procrastinate, or think they can wing it, they will be left behind. And that's not said to instill fear. It's said to make sure you don't get caught in the dream, while others are walking into the door. This is about discipline meeting opportunity, and those who act with intention will be the ones to cross the threshold into generational wealth. Tier 4B doesn't exist in the mainstream. Search for it on CNBC, scroll through financial headlines or analyst predictions, and you'll find nothing. It's as if Tier 4B is invisible. And in a way, that's intentional. Because this group was never meant to be public-facing. But behind closed doors, in private briefings, encrypted Zoom calls, and secure communication channels, Tier 4B is referred to as the hidden engine of the new financial order. Why? Because unlike banks, hedge funds, or multinational institutions, Tier 4B isn't made up of corporations. It's not driven by profit-seeking conglomerates. It's made up of people, regular people who chose to believe in something bigger and who prepared when no one else was paying attention. And that's exactly what makes them the most important and unpredictable part of the entire RV process. These individuals, you, perhaps, and are not being tested solely on financial literacy. You're being evaluated on readiness, intention, and discipline. The Tier 4B rollout is as much a test of humanity's maturity for wealth as it is a financial transition. The question being asked in quiet rooms is simple. If we place extraordinary resources into the hands of everyday people, will they build something good with it? For many in Tier 4B, the answer is already clear. These are not people interested in flashy cars or ego-driven luxury. They are builders, visionaries, caretakers of future generations. We're talking about humanitarian project leaders, philanthropic trust managers, and ordinary families with extraordinary compassion. They're creating food banks, clean water systems, orphan care programs, community development blueprints, and global healing missions. And because of that alignment, some are being offered enhanced exchange benefits from contract level rates to asset-backed accounts, tax-efficient structures, and even guidance on forming legacy trusts or charitable foundations. Tier 4B is the test group, yes, but they are also the seed group. The wealth that begins here is meant to ripple outward, funding hope, change, and upliftment across borders and generations, while the mainstream financial world stays silent. Right now, deep within the digital infrastructure of global banking, something massive is happening. Not in public view, not on the Forex apps you can download from your phone, but in private trading terminals, the kind used by Tier 1 banks, central institutions, and sovereign wealth desks. The markets are lighting up. Currencies like the Iraqi Dinar IQD, the Vietnamese Dong VND, and the Zimbabwean ZIM ZWL are showing abnormal spikes in activity, patterns that seasoned traders recognize instantly. These shifts are not visible to the public, and at least not yet. But within private banking networks, the signals are clear. Back-end valuations are no longer holding to old street-level pricing. Let's focus on the Iraqi dinar, for example. According to sources with direct access to internal bank feeds, the dinar is now reflecting asset-backed recalibrations, meaning its value is being adjusted upward based on underlying asset support, not just speculative market demand. These are known as pre-released valuation indicators, early markers that precede a currency's official re-entry into the international stage with a new rate. In simpler terms, the revaluation isn't coming. It's already begun, but it's happening behind closed doors. This is what makes this moment so unique and so easy to miss if you're not paying attention. To the public, everything still looks quiet. Rates haven't changed. Forex tickers are stagnant. The headlines are silent. But inside the secured layers of global banking infrastructure, the numbers have already shifted. The system is already testing liquidity at new levels. This isn't theory anymore. This is real-world data being exchanged, logged, and monitored by high-level financial systems, often supported by AI-driven surveillance tools and real-time liquidity stress testers. And while this activity isn't available to everyone yet, it's confirmation, undeniable confirmation, that the RV is no longer a prediction. It's a live, evolving operation. The revaluation is here. But access? That still depends on positioning, preparation, and silence. So now the question becomes, what should you do? If you're watching this video, currencies, the Iraqi Dinar IQD, Vietnamese Dong VND, or Zimbabwean ZIM ZWL. If so, congratulations, that's step 1 complete. But holding the currency is only part of the equation. Now we move into the most critical stage, preparation. Because when the window opens, and it won't stay open for long, and you may only get one chance to walk through it. Here's what you need to do starting now. Sort and verify your currency. Make sure it's organized, authentic, and professionally stored. You don't want to arrive with confusion or questionable bills. Gather your documentation. This includes government-issued ID, proof of residence, and if possible, a basic financial plan outlining your intentions for post-redemption. Be alert and responsive. Secure communications may come at any time. Through encrypted email, verified links, or trusted portals, you must be ready to respond immediately without hesitation. Stay absolutely silent. This is a highly confidential operation. Talking to the wrong person, even with good intentions, could disqualify you instantly. That includes social media, friends, and even some family members. Let's be clear. You don't want to be the one who missed their appointment by 10 minutes and lost the opportunity forever. You don't want to be the person who casually mentioned it to a friend and triggered a security flag that got you blacklisted. And you absolutely don't want to be the person who fumbled around looking for documents after the window had already opened and closed. This isn't a rehearsal. It's not a drill. This is the test before the testimony. The final exam before the system decides who's ready to steward wealth with wisdom. If you've come this far, don't let it slip through your fingers now. The world may not see what's happening yet, but you do, and that makes all the difference. We are standing at the edge of history. This isn't just another economic shift, coordinated global financial reset, one designed to restructure power, restore balance, and reallocate wealth not to the already wealthy, but to those who have waited patiently, people who held strong while the world ridiculed, while the media remained silent, and while friends and family simply didn't understand. This is for those who watched the signs, who followed the clues, who prepared in silence, in faith, and in full awareness of what was coming. Now we enter the moment where preparation meets opportunity. You've done your part. You didn't fold under pressure. You stayed the course. You learned, you planned, and you positioned yourself wisely. This isn't a future event anymore. The RV is not coming. It is happening right now, in quiet corners of the financial world. Your role at this moment isn't to panic or chase rumors. It's to move professionally, discreetly, and purposefully. This phase of history belongs to those who don't just see the door opening, but are ready to walk through it with confidence. Whether you're next in line or waiting for your encrypted instructions, stay grounded, stay alert, and above all else, stay silent. What's happening now is too sensitive, too strategic, and too historic to be taken lightly. This is Iraqi Dinar RV, and we're committed to guiding you through every phase of this transition, with facts, with clarity, and without hype. If this video gave you value, take a moment right now to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to tap the bell icon, so you're immediately notified when new confidential updates drop. And one more thing, comment below with the words, "I'm ready for the RV." Let that declaration mark your alignment with this moment. Let it echo across this digital space as a quiet roar of readiness. We are not just exchanging currencies, we are exchanging destinies. This is your time. Let's write this new chapter together.